Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Mama Genius Hub podcast. I'm so excited for ours today. Now, if you're building your business in the midst of motherhood, as we all are, between school pickup and doing the dishes, your laptop open during soccer practice, and the laundry is just piling up, you used to feel excited about what you were building, but now it just feels heavy. The to-do list is endless. And somewhere along the way, the job got replaced with obligation. I know sometimes I feel it too. You're wondering if that's what freedom is supposed to feel like. But that's why Kimberly Crowe is here today. She left a 17-year corporate career and burnout behind to build a business that actually lights her up. And now she's helping moms like you turn your passion into profit without the hustle, burned out, or overwhelm. If you've been craving community and a better way to grow your business, this is your permission to start. And we'll get started. Mamas, welcome to the Mama Genius Entrepreneur podcast, where real stories spark real transformation for moms ready to bring their vision to life. I'm Michelle DeKaiser, a mom of 3, entrepreneur, and your biggest cheerleader if you've ever felt pulled to create something bigger, whether it's a business, a book, or a movement, but also felt the weight of daily life slowing you down. You are not alone. In just 15 minutes, we'll dive into insights, strategies, and real stories for women like you. Let's bring your visions to life, starting now. I'm so excited to bring Kimberly Crowe is an award-winning international speaker, entrepreneur, and business mentor. She is the founder of Speakers Playhouse and the Entrepreneur's Rocket Fuel, where she helps entrepreneurs, coaches, and speakers step into their genius. Why she's here, right? And land more speaker opportunities and grow their business, all while having fun. I'm so excited to bring you up to the stage, Kimberly.
Hey, Michelle, I'm super glad to be here. Finally, we've been wanting to do this for ages.
I know, right? And last time it got postponed because my daughter made nationals. Oh my God, that was so exciting, Bella. And oh yeah, we're in the book together. We got the mom and daughters and everyone on here, and Bella's right there being the international swimmer. And she was talking about ocean in there too, and like being a swimmer. And now she's like, look at them all grow.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Time flies.
It really does. Well, thank you so much for rescheduling, and we made it happen. Let's dive into this concept of fun. Tell us a little bit about your story and how you turn that energy into that fun.
Absolutely. Well, I know that as an entrepreneur, many of us actually got into it because we wanted time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. And then we got into this, entrepreneurship. And some people are working 90 hours a week, making pennies so they don't have to work 40 hours a week for somebody else, right? And I definitely know what that's like. But working for somebody else, it can be very, very exhausting in its own way. As you mentioned in my intro, I was at corporate for 17 years. 15 of them were pretty good. I was enjoying it. But eventually I grew into golden handcuffs. I was making a lot of money as an executive director for a Fortune 1000 company. And I just wasn't having fun anymore. I mean, everybody has bad days. Sometimes we even have bad weeks. But when it gets to months and even years, then it gets really, really difficult to keep working. Even though the pay is right, nothing else is right about it, it feels like some days. So I decided that I would launch my own business, and I actually had a couple of kerfuffles along the way. What I decided to do is launch a full-time business to get to $1 million, because I think that's everybody's goal. Like, let's get to $1 million. Let's 1 million, right? And
Right.
and I actually did. I actually created a business, and I was at $1 million in 18 months in revenue. And I should have been really, really happy, but I was really, really miserable. I was doing the thing I had already been doing for so long, and I didn't want to do it anymore, but I was good at it. So I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And it turns out that just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're supposed to do it for the rest of your life.
I love that so much. And because that kind of goes into the idea of genius too, is like a lot of times we do the thing that we think we're supposed to do. And like that's like our excellence, but that's not our actual genius. Our actual genius is that thing that you're good at and lights you up. And if you don't have that combination, that's when you feel that feeling of stuck. And I could see that in your face as you were describing that right now. So what helped you make that shift to figure out that light part?
Actually, it was motherhood. I had a young son at the time. He was 15 and a half, and he was going into, I guess that's not so young. He was going into summer, and he said, Mom, I have a problem. I'm going into summer, and I'm too young to get a summer job because you have to be 16 to get a summer job in the US. And he goes, and I'm too old to go back to summer camp because that's boring and stupid now that I'm 15 and a half and I know everything.
Of course.
So he's like, so what do I do this summer? And I said, well, I tell you what, why don't we just create a business around something you love doing, something just for fun that you and I can create together. And his eyes lit up. He's a little business guy and like, I was like absolutely excited about this. So he's like, can we do that? And we did. We created a business around what he loved doing. That was just for fun. And he was really good at being on stage and really good at improv, and he loved kids. He actually did like ESS, after school care for kids. And then he read books to kids in libraries, and he really loved that. So we put all that into Google, as any good parent would do. And we asked, like, what would be, that was before ChatGPT, what would be good for a business for a teenager? And out came this idea of, why don't you create an audiobooks business to read audiobooks and narrate audiobooks? And he got super excited, and he's like, can we do that? I was like, yeah, I don't see why not. So we bought a few like microphones and stuff like that. And he set up a studio inside our closet, like under the stairs where the vacuum and the jackets are for snow jackets and things. And I couldn't find my vacuum for 2 weeks. It was awesome. And he started recording audiobooks, auditioning for audiobooks, and he got a few. He got selected as a narrator. And so he got a couple of audiobooks and started narrating them. And then he kept auditioning for more, and I auditioned for some. We got so much business, we couldn't handle it all, Michelle. Mostly because we were having so much fun. Because the fun that bubbles up, instead of that icky feeling of, oh my God, I have to do another day of work, or, oh gosh, I have to do this again. And when you're good at something, but you don't love it anymore, it really shows through. But when you love something, even if you're not fantastic at it yet, I mean, that's when you become magnetically attractive. And we got so much business, we couldn't handle it all. And we decided to start teaching how to become an audiobook narrator as a class. And so he and I taught a class on that at a local adult school. We had a ton of fun. And I thought,
how old is he at this point?
He was still the summertime. It was at the end of summer.
Okay. And
we decided that, this is where it's at. Like, if you can have fun and you can get, lit up, as you say, it's all the difference in the world. And there's this great saying from Howard Thurman, who was Martin Luther King Jr.'s mentor. And he said, do not ask what the world needs. Ask what lights you up. Because what this world needs is more people that are lit up. And I thought, oh, this is beautiful. This is how we should be living, right? This is how we should live into happiness. And so that was really the turning point. And I don't do audiobooks anymore because it stopped being fun after a while, but I do still teach online. I do still have communities online. I do events, I do teaching, I do courses, and I love it. And if it lights me up, I keep doing it. And when it stops lighting me up, I just find something else to do. And I think that's really what entrepreneurship, the biggest lesson I learned in entrepreneurship is do what's fun for you, not necessarily trying to work around what other people are demanding of you, but really what keeps you motivated. And I think that's super powerful.
And we'll talk a little bit more about how to figure that out right after this. Are you a mompreneur who feels a fire to create something bigger, a business, a movement, a message, but you don't want to do it alone? That's why I've created the Mama Genius Hub, a space where your vision is nurtured, your voice is heard, and your dreams grow alongside a supportive community. Inside the hub, you'll get bite-sized insights and strategies in 15-minute sessions. A community of like-minded moms who truly get it. Support to bring your vision to life without burnout. If ready to build your business and impact while staying true to yourself, join us today at connectingmamas.com. Your calling matters. Let's grow it together. I love how you were talking about that so much, about that summer with your son, how it changed your mindset of everything. So I wanted to kind of dive into the practicalities of a mom who is just feeling overwhelmed right now and going like, oh my God, Kimberly, there's no way I can find any fun in this. Where would she start?
That's a great question. So the first thing I want you to do is get clear. Now, every mentor, coach, guide is going to teach you that. The most important thing is clarity. Get clear.
Get clear now.
I know. But the thing is, they actually ask you to get clear on what your audience wants, what they want, what they need, what they feel like where they live, what they do. And really, I say that you should get clear on what makes you happy, what lights you up. What are the parts of your job right now, if you're working a W-2 and you want to be an entrepreneur one day, or if you are like just happy where you are, what is it about what you're doing every day that you love? Because there's something in there. It's either the connection with other people, or the teaching, or the alone time, or the reading, or the research. What is it that lights you up personally? And that's what you need to get clear on, because that's the first step. And then after that, figure out how to monetize from there. So everybody is willing to do a business if they are ready to do entrepreneurship, but we're really not always wanting to do all aspects of it. I mean, some of us are really good at the nitty gritty work, and some of us are good at the big picture work, but very, very few of us are good at both. So really focus in on what you love doing and just see how you can do more of that.
I love that so much, how you first figure out, and it is true, because when you think about that, especially in coaching, they're like, go look at the problems your audience are having, go look at this, go look at that, but it never really, and it does start from down here when you really want to bring that forth. So after you figure that out, what are some of the steps you think to help to monetize that?
Yeah, I think the aspect of play is really important, because play and fun make you magnetic to an audience. I mean, if you think of all of the things that you watched as a child on TV, it was the fun stuff, the learning stuff, the fun and the play, right? And so when you tap into that, what makes it playful, what makes it fun, then you really start being more magnetically attractive to your audience. So of course, you're going to want to solve a problem eventually, something maybe that you've overcome in the past that you know how to do, that you can help others do. And think of it this way: even a second grader is a genius to a kindergartner, right? To use your phrase, genius. If you're a kindergartner and you want to know where to put your lunch pail, you don't necessarily want to go to the principal, right?
Oh, no.
You might not even want to ask that noon duty aide, who's very big and tall, and you're not really, really sure what she's going to say to you. You really want to ask somebody who's at your level and just a little bit beyond. So being able to ask somebody who's at your level and a little bit beyond, who's overcome the problem that you're trying to overcome, that's really the place that you want to shine. And then do it with a playful attitude, with a joyous, fun attitude. And I think magnetically you become something that people want.
I love that too, how you point that out, the kindergarten and the second grade, because you always think about it like, oh, I'm not this top entrepreneur. No one's going to want to listen to me whatsoever. But you don't realize that the person who's starting out probably is completely intimidated by that person and doesn't want to talk to the principal. Like, why would you want to talk to the principal? Like, I'm not ready for that till you like move up the line. And I never really put it in those terms before. So I love that you brought that out, and the playfulness and the fun of all of it. Unfortunately, we're running out of a little bit of time. So tell everyone, though, first of all, how they can get a hold of you.
Awesome. So if you'd like to come play with me, I'm live every week on Speakers Playhouse. It is a virtual event, completely free, speakersplayhouse.com. You can come and figure out how you might be able to share your message on somebody else's stage, get in front of a new audience, and tell them about your programs, products, and services, and help you get seen and heard in a bigger way.
I love it so much. She even calls it Playhouse. And we're going to put you backstage for just a moment while we go through some takeaways from today. Wow, so much can happen in just a few minutes, right, ladies? So we're looking at the idea, first of all, thinking about those golden handcuffs, because when you're not having fun, but you're making the money, like the combination of the two. So really think about that. Are you in that stage, and something that you need to be aware of? And I love how Kimberly then number 2, where we really think about sometimes motherhood is that place like, all of a sudden I got to give up my dreams. Look at how she was able to merge with her son and really create that fun and figure out those questions and answer those things. What are some ways to include your kids in these ideas and these things, and do it for fun? And even like she did, make it a summer project. We got summer coming up around the corner. These are some good learning opportunities for both of you in that midst of it. And then we go into number 3 is really getting clear, not clear on what your audience wants, but clear on what you want inside of you that lights you up. What is that genius that you want to express to the world, right? And that leads us to that concept of number 4 of really realizing that it's not always the principle that people want to get to know, but they want to get ideas from that second grader, from you who is going through that a little bit, and that to really get out of that mindset that now is the time to start. And then number 5 really is just to be as playful, energetic as you can with what you're doing. And if it's not fun anymore, as Kimberly put earlier, then don't do it anymore. Switch to something else. It's okay to move things around a little bit. And I'd like to bring you back, Kimberly, for your final takeaway.
Absolutely. I think that the lessons that we have that we learn and that we teach our kids as mamas are lessons for the rest of the world as well. Don't hide it just for you and your kids. Let other people see what you've learned and take it to that next level.
Well, I'm so honored, Kimberly, that you were with us. And I really love the energy and the fun that you brought to this episode. And I'm taking that with me as well. And can you repeat one more time? I forgot the quote that you had. Can you repeat that one more time for everyone? I want to hear that one more time.
That lights you up? Yes.
Yeah.
Do not ask what the world needs. Ask what lights you up, because what this world needs are more people who are lit up.
And let's go light everyone up. Thank you, Kimberly, and we'll see you all in the next episode. That's a wrap for today's episode, Mama. I hope you found something in these 15 minutes that sparked action towards your dreams. Remember, your purpose matters, your dreams are valid, and you are not alone. If today's conversation spoke to you, come join us at the Mama Genius Hub, where you'll find support, strategy, and sisterhood to turn your calling into real impact. Let's grow this together at connectingmamas.com. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. If this resonates with you, share it with another mompreneur who needs to hear this. We'll see you next time.